What it do? What it do?
When lights go out, are you ready? Grab the wheel, keep it steady. When the lights go out, are you ready? Grab the wheel and get steady. When the lights go out, are you ready? Grab the wheel, keep it steady. When the lights go out, are you ready? Grab the wheel, keep it steady. I plan for the worst, this is a gift and a curse. My lights are so bright like Sunday in church. On the field or the court, I was given a work. Of course, losing it hurts, but what is it really worth? When your lights go, you better take from the game like lipo. So when they cut your lights out, you can still blow. On your marks, are you ready? Get set, go. Now you know when your lights go out, are you ready? Have the wheel, keep it steady. When your lights go out, are you ready? Grab the wheel, keep it steady, yeah. When your lights go out, are you ready? Let them know we do more than just play ball, baby. We do it all. Huh? For the open doors, baby. When the lights go out, you better know we turn them back on, huh? Let's go.
What's up? What's up? What's up? When the lights go out every Thursday, 8 p.m. What's happening? Waiting for a few more people to check in. Glad to be back with my brother Marcus Burkley, as always.
My man Fletcher.
What's up, my brother?
Oh man, rushing home, coaching football, hurrying up, get to the crib so we could get to when the lights go out.
Yeah, you got an interesting week, my brother. You got an interesting week. We'll get into that in a minute, but yeah, we happy to be back, man. Every Thursday, 8 p.m. when the lights go out. We got part 2. So if you weren't lucky enough to catch part 1 last week, we're gonna run it back with part 2 with the Life Male STEAM Academy leadership. We will get to that in a minute. But like I said, when the lights go out every Thursday, episode 18. If you missed last week's show, check it out because that's part 1, and tonight we got part 2. But yeah, episode number 18, my brother.
Man, that's a big thing, brother.
Yeah, man, that's commitment, man. We've been doing it, man, and basically because the people have been watching and following and commenting and taking part. So we thankful, man.
I see. We got a few people. We always shout out people. We got Mike Zinger, Danielle's always on, Michael Paul's always on.
What's up, Mike?
So we appreciate people that always support us, man. And I'm sure there's names that'll pop up, some more names will pop up, but we appreciate y'all, man. The support is big, man.
Of course, man. Of course. Another interesting week going on when the lights go out. We got some interesting things. I told Mark a story behind the scenes. The Cowboys are running Hard Knocks. In episode, I think it was just 2. What's up, Mike? Appreciate you checking in. 3 Mikes. Michael Paul, Michael Zinger, and Michael Glenn.
The show of the Mikes.
You know what I'm saying?
You're looking a little tan, bro.
Yeah, man.
Got that tan, bro. You been on that field, bro.
I've been on that field on Saturdays, man. Getting it in, man.
But Gunther.
Yep, every Saturday, 12 p.m. We're going to be back out there this Saturday too, man. So if you got some youngins that in this basketball or football, man, bring them out, man. DM me for info. But like I said, the Cowboys been doing Hard Knocks again. And, it's always interesting. But every year at this time, it's very humbling to see young men get that call to say you haven't made the team. Like Coach such and such wants to see you. Bring your playbook. and if you've ever taken that walk or seen Hard Knocks, you know what I'm talking about. But that walk is humbling, man. It's very humbling to play ball all your life and get to a point where somebody say you ain't good enough. Sorry, son. We can't use you here.
That flight home ain't no.
Oh yeah,
it's lonely.
And I didn't even think about that part because I had to. after they let me go, I left everything in Buffalo.
Right.
Man, I was on the first thing. They don't waste no time either. You don't sit around the facility. They say, "Give me the playbook." You got to go.
See, I ain't make it that far. I got a workout, and they do. And so if the workout went the way it did, I'm sure camp was. Listen, they treat you like gold when they invite you, don't they?
Oh,
you get there, you be like, "Oh man, I'm here." As soon as the workout's over, they start going around with the itinerary. Yeah, so your flight leaves at 4:30. I'm like, damn, it's 3:30.
Out of here. Get out of here. So since you said that, I'll share a story because everybody thinks that, it's sweet when you first get there. So I had to, and shout out to Dwayne Thompson because he drove me from my house to the airport. The first time when I went to go work out for Buffalo. And then I had to get a rental car and drive to Buffalo in like 5 hours to be able to sign the contract. But when I got there, they were on the phone with a guy who was in Dallas. They were trying to call his phone. They finally get him on the phone, and he's at the Dallas airport about to fly to Buffalo. And they say, "Sorry, son, don't get on that flight.
Bruh.
We are releasing you."
Oh, man.
He's about to catch the flight back to Buffalo. So I'm standing there in the office listening to him cut somebody to make room for me right from the door. And when he hangs up the phone, he says, "I like you, Fletch, but I'll make the same call to you." And right then and there, I knew it was all business. It was no plan. It was no sugarcoating. It was no none of that. It was all business. So watching it, I feel sorry for some of the brothers who got to go through that, man. But it's a long journey. You could get cut today, cut tomorrow, and then end up in the Hall of Fame. So, if that's your dream,
James Harrison.
If that's your dream, if that's the journey you on, man, especially the young fellas out there playing, man, stay the course, man. Continue to work hard. And even sometimes when they say you can't, you dust yourself off, stand back up, and get back at it. But watching it, humbling, man.
Right, I'm sure.
Very humbling.
I'm sure.
What's up, Tat? What's up, brother?
I think we mentioned a couple of shows ago. I remember reading the paper. That's before social media. I remember reading the paper and like it says hometown. The hometown section. Rutgers standout receiver, Woodland Hills grad Delrico Fletcher cut by the Buffalo Bills. I'm like, my man I remember.
I got the chop, man.
Yep.
But all of it was a learning experience. It was as a little kid, and if you've been following my page at all over the last month, as a kid, Rankin Field is where we used to just dream big. And so that's part of the cleanup effort. That's part of trying to spark that spark that we need to get the ball rolling,
right,
and bring back that feeling and that same thing that I had when I was just on the court and went to the field and went back to the court, like just dreaming, counting down being Michael Jordan. Now somebody counting down being LeBron or KD, Giannis. You know what I'm saying? And if they continue to let that happen, then none of them kids can come over there and do that, man. So if you can't even dream it, then you definitely can't see yourself being that.
That's true.
So that's, part of it was just to give the young people a place. And even when the older people want to come out and shoot and get in shape, and like Kay Brooks, we was talking, and we want to do something for the women who want to get in shape at Rankin Field and offer them a program. Maybe we talk to Chris in the ATU and do something with that, man, because it's too big of a field and place where thousands of things can happen. So we can't just let it go to waste.
Yeah, I can see yoga in the park. You know what I mean?
In the park.
Saturday morning yoga. With
Sunday morning in the park. So, you know what I'm saying? All of that, man. So it could be used for what's up, Ed? What's up, Ed? It could be used for all kind of stuff. So that's all. It all connects a little bit. But yeah, just watching that, man, it was very humbling. And to bring it, I guess, to you, and shout out to you and the coaching staff and what y'all going through with your youngin and being a day or two, a minute too old to play.
Oh man.
But it's a long race, man. We talked about being cut. Right. And you watch people get cut, and then they become all pros. Right. So, your youngin, man, going through what he going through, he handling himself like a champ. Like a champ.
Better than I would.
Probably better than I would.
Better than I would.
But that in him, he sees the long haul. Yeah. It's just getting started, man. So right now, probably the wear and tear on the body is good, man. So you just go and work and just continue to work hard and hone in on your skills, man. Do all the things we want to play. You want to test your skills on a Saturday versus all the other youngins, of course. That's what you do all the hard work for, man. But in the long run, just like we told Lil Scoop, Ross, Cam, you don't have to be 24/7 with this at that age.
Nah,
you really don't. You really let your body develop.
And there's some, and that's the thing. A lot of times, and I see it. My dad. I mean, me and Bill D. Me and Bill D was talking about it this morning. It was like, man, remember how your dad had us playing for Swissvale, Brad, or Cable? Then I had, I was playing hoops down in Ammons and Kennard, playing in different church leagues. I was playing so much ball, man. I never had the chance to go swimming. Like people go on vacation and stuff. But a lot of times, and I ain't gonna knock on Doc Burke. If it wasn't for Doc, I wouldn't be the man I am today. But some of these dads, man, put so much pressure on these kids, man. Let these kids be kids. Let them develop, man. They're not
the moms, the parents. And sometimes if you made that walk, you'll understand it. Yeah. And sometimes we don't know, so we're just trying to do the best for the youngin.
No doubt.
And so as a parent, nobody can fault you. You do what you think is best for your youngin. But somebody who walked through it, man, don't force it on them, man.
No,
it'll come, in due time, that kind of thing. It's funny because when you just said Doc had you going from neighborhood to neighborhood, I was watching Cooley High.
I just watched Cooley High.
Coach Cheese, they ran so much in this movie, man. I'm thinking about like being young and how we used to go from football practice to go play basketball down the south at the center. You know what I'm saying? All over the place. And in Cooley High, they ran and ran and ran and ran.
They ran. Listen, they ran all through that movie, man.
And he had on hard bottoms. Hard bottoms and slacks.
Dress shoes.
Straight.
From Pickway.
Straight. He had the hard bottoms, man.
Right.
Yeah, she said this is downtime for Cam since he don't play football and wait until.
Right. That's good, Daniel.
Basketball starts back. Yeah, that's good.
They need that break, man. Mentally and physically. They just need the break because I'm being honest, man. It's like you said, it's a marathon. Life's a marathon. Because we crammed it all in 24 hours, it seems. That's why we beat up, concussed, limping every morning. I'm just being honest. We took a beating, and a lot of us that been through that. We try to, I know Delrico and myself, we try to go a different route with our kids. I mean, of course, a lot of times, the kids not only got the pressure because everybody expect they expect your son to be the next Darryl Fletcher, and so the same with my son, but it's not always like that, man. It's not always like that. So that's why we always try to let our kids be kids, man. And every once in a while we pull them out and put them through some drills and stuff. But let them be babies, man.
Listen, I won't judge anybody on parenting.
No, not at all.
My mom did the best she could. We played as much as we could.
Snooks.
We didn't know the end result of just banging helmets with everybody else, and now we kind of do. So you can
Right.
you can temper some of it, man. Get your boys in the flag football. Get them in the soccer. All of those things that they learn in those sports are transferable, especially if you already know your kid is a physical kid.
Right.
Make sure they know how to hit and that kind of thing. But there's a bunch of other things that they can do.
Man.
Probably might supposed to be a surgeon general anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. It's football season, so we talking a little ball. You know, what's up, Snooks?
D West.
Keep on. I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, we got to wrap Saturday. We need to get these jerseys ASAP, my brother.
I like that shirt, brother.
Yeah, shout out to my brother Chaz, man. God created me to be great. You know
that's
what I'm saying? Chaz Turner. If he got some dope ones for the kids with the crayons with it, man. So, you know, social media, Chaz Turner, if you interested. But yeah, man.
We promoting people, man. I got on the Dutrell shirt. Bill Dutrell. Bill do everything.
Yeah.
He's photographer. He's probably one of the best photographers in the city and not in the nation, I think. And you know, he do so many other things, man. But you know, we gonna promote, man. You give us your gear, send us your gear.
Yeah, we on it, man.
We're gonna put y'all on, man. We appreciate y'all.
Let's talk business because we all got something to offer. We all doing things out here. Especially, I don't care about your regular job, man. Everybody trying to start businesses and getting their own lane, which we probably should have been doing 30, 40, 50 years ago. But we seeing the power of social media. So if you got something you want to have on this screen,
Chaz got some dope stuff.
Reach out to us. Chaz got some dope stuff.
Bill got Poke the Bear. What else he got? Don't poke the bear. Don't poke the bears is dope too. Them two brothers is.
What about Ring?
Us
versus everybody.
Us versus anybody. B-Farm. Brothers from other mothers. So there's an Ewok, Hide Apparel right here.
Yeah.
Yep. Shout out to Ewok.
We got some people out there doing some things, man. So let's continue to link, man.
Drew Shafino.
Yeah, Say Less.
Say Less.
I seen he just sent you Say Less.
I got one. Yeah.
Yeah, them is dope, man. So yeah, Drew, man, keep it up. Keep up the good work, man. Been watching the podcast, man. So everybody keep doing your thing, man. This is a parent said, I always tell Cam, don't play a sport just because your friends are playing it. Put 2 years in with football, and he knew football wasn't for him, but he gave it a try because every sport ain't for everyone.
And he was good too. And that's a mature move. Daniel, I remember having that conversation with you, and you were like, Mark, what do you think we should do? Cam's heart is with basketball, and he was good at football. Cam was a ball player. He would hit you and everything. But he made a business decision at a young age, and not too many people can do that. And that's a smart decision. He ain't got to worry about that trauma on the head. He ain't got to worry about limping every day.
Football is different than basketball or baseball, man.
Right.
When you got to put your head in there, it's different. When that helmet hits you in that knee, it's different. When somebody grab you up on that ankle and your body bend a certain way, it's different, man. So if you child say nah to football, man, don't force it, man. Find something else for him. But Dante Snooks, smack, small acts of kindness. Yeah, man, we all gonna get together, man, to do some things. Snooks, I need you ASAP, brother. Yep. You know, hopefully you pulling up this early this week, man. Back
that's around a good brother there.
But yeah, listen, every Thursday when the lights go out, my brother Marcus Burkley, myself, we're just trying to bring you different people, and we got part 2 of last week's show with the leadership of Life Male STEAM Academy, and we're gonna add another person in the leadership, and like we did last week, listen, in the comments, ask your questions, ask for somebody who might not even be here. If it's on you, remember back when they used to say, you know, if you got a question, you probably ain't the only one in the class with the question, so don't be scared to ask the question. Right. So if you got a question and you smart, ask these gentlemen the question, because we need to get to the answers. That's basically what it is. So we got the Life STEAM Male Academy. We got Mr. Jim Chavis and Pastor Darryl Canady. I hope he's still here. Maybe he's popping in right now.
Yep, yeah, there you go.
What's up, brothers? Thank y'all for both joining the show. We appreciate both of you gentlemen as always. We back for part 2. First,
yeah.
Oh, and third, we got third head in here, Brother Malcolm Thomas. Good to see you, gentlemen. How you doing today?
Wonderful, man. Good to be back with you. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Nice seeing you.
Excellent.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
How you
sir.
doing, Malcolm? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, sir. How you doing?
Oh man, I'm no complaining over here, man. I'm well. Pastor Kennedy, what's going on? I hope we can get your service going well. But as soon as we get you in there, we're gonna ask you the same question. How you doing, my brother? Well, so gentlemen, we're not gonna waste any time. We're gonna get right to it. Last week it was an amazing show. We had a lot of people comment. A lot of people hit me up in the DMs and asking questions about the school and the links and that kind of thing. I appreciate Mr. Chavis. He came out to the Saturday events we've been having down Rankin Field, which, for somebody who just did that on the spur of the moment, I definitely appreciate you, Mr. Chavis, for coming and showing support, because that little round table we had underneath the pavilion, there was some very intelligent men around that table having this discussion. So
love it.
And I want to thank you very much.
Man, hey, I appreciate you guys, what you put together here on this show. You guys, what you're doing down in that field is just a major contribution to our community and our black boys' lives there. Hey, man, all I did was sit around and just laugh and chop it up with you guys. Ate a hot dog. I mean, you're feeding them knowledge, skills. It's beautiful, man. I appreciate you guys. And that's what we're trying to do too. We're just trying to bring another level in an educational form that's just going to bring life into these kids, into the community. We're a small part, but we're all connected. We're doing the same thing. So thank you for giving us the opportunity to be on your platform to let people know what we're trying to do.
That's the easy thing. That's what this platform is for. That's what we're going to continue to use it for. We're going to, its name wasn't just a thrown out name. When the Lights Go Out was really thought about when I created the name. And as everybody knows who watched different podcasts that I've been on, it's going to turn into a book as well. So it was very thought out. But while we called it When the Lights Go Out, and you guys were behind the scenes listening to us talk a little bit of ball. And that's where it originated from, was getting cut and really not knowing what else to do after football is gone. So it was like we could create a platform where we could just talk about it, where we could talk about some of the things you might need to prepare yourself before your lights go out, because when they go out, you never know when it might happen. So you gotta be prepared. I mean, prepared for it. In football, especially basketball. Especially sports like football, you got this tunnel vision thing going on where you only worried about that sport, and you really can't do that, because the next day it could all be over. Football is that violent. There's no sugarcoating. Yeah, there's no sugarcoating it at all. You can be the greatest. I mean, I teach, and some of the youngins on Saturday, they laugh because I make them take off their shoes and stretch their toes, and some of them have never done that. But I watched Deion Sanders' career end over a toe injury. Over a toe injury, the greatest athlete I ever seen play. It was all ended because of a toe injury. So we work literally from the bottom of your feet to the top of your head. And that's what it's all about, is just being prepared before the lights go out. So we thank y'all. Anything that you guys want to say and get off your chest to promote the school, don't hesitate. Feel free, because if somebody comes to me and asks myself or Marcus, all I could do is hold up the brochure that Mr. Chavis had and point to the link. You know what I'm saying? And say, look, I know Mr. Chavis since I was a kid, but I can't really say anything about the school. So that's why we're giving you the platform to really say what it is you need to say to continue to promote your school.
Right.
Well, hey man, we was on last week, and I appreciate that time. But today I want to bring back with our visionary, the man who really brought this all into fruition. I'm carrying out this role, but uh, Dr. Darryl Canady, Pastor Canady, man, this is his vision, and I want him to share that with people so they clearly know why we're doing this, because it's deep. It's really deep.
Yeah, he seemed like he was frozen on the screen.
Is he?
Yeah, it looks like it looks like he's been frozen for a while, man.
Yeah. When he didn't get the actual invitation letter. So normally when we do this, we try to tell them to use the laptop, because the phone, it does whatever it does on the StreamYard. It usually acts funny. So
I see.
You might have to message him and tell
but
him.
I want to ask you this. Where's the school actually located?
You want to go, Mrs.
Go ahead.
The school is actually located up in the Parkway Center. Up in, you remember? I don't know if how old you guys are, but when we were kids, they used to have a showcase cinema up in Monroeville. As soon as you went to the top of the hill, they tore it down. Now there's like a Sheetz there or something. I don't know, a gas station, but it's right across from there in that complex.
Okay,
Building 7. Yep. So it's like right where the immigration office is in that building, Building 7. So the address is 777 actually. So there's a bunch of sevens involved.
Yeah, Penn Center Boulevard.
Penn Center Boulevard.
For everybody,
don't you know that? Don't you know 777 hit straight last week? Of course it was straight. It's only 777.
I ain't had nothing on it either.
Wow. But it's up on the screen along with you guys' website. So if anybody has any questions, please feel free to go to the website. You see the address up on the screen. So if you got any 6th or 7th grade young males and you're interested in getting them a great education, this is another outlet for you to research. So just like we tell anybody, man, that we have on this, just do your homework, man. Just do your research. And no, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to tell them, add on that registration's real easy. You just go on to lifesteam.org, and everything you need to do to register your kid up in there is there. It'll tell you about the program on that website. And of course, if you need questions answered, call us.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if people right now, have a question, let's hear it, because I want to be able to tell you what we're doing and deal with your concerns for your child.
Exactly. So if I'm a young professional and I'm a teacher, how do I go to the same lifesteamorg.org to apply?
Yes, sir. Yep. That's all you have to do. Fill out an app online.
Yeah, you click the tab that says careers.
Okay.
So if is there anything specifically y'all are looking for in the educators that you hire?
Currently we've actually been at this for a little bit. We just completed our first week of staff development, and that was deep, man. We threw a lot of stuff, and we're going to continue developing our staff. We are still hiring. We are looking at English teachers, math teachers. We're looking at social studies and English. Social studies, English, math, science, a whole bit. So we have other positions as well. We're always looking for talent. I like to personally have resumes on hand, because there may be something that I need and I want to be able to get to it quick. So I encourage people, hey, I don't know what you got, what your talent is, but throw it out there and let us know.
Right. No doubt. One of the questions we just had on the screen was, do you have a relationship with other schools after the 7th grade? So after these kids come to your school for 6th and 7th grade, what's the plan for them after that?
Go ahead, Mel. I'll let you have some of this.
After 6th and 7th grade, we're actually adding grades each year.
Okay.
So the school in its final iteration will be a K through 12 school. So next year will be 8, then you add 9, then you add 10, and you add 12, and then you add start adding the lower grades simultaneously. And then after 4 years after that, you have K through 12.
Okay.
So the 6th graders currently and the 7th graders will continue going through, and each time they ascend, that grade will be added to the school in addition to the ones under. So they will be the 7th graders this year will be the graduating class, the first graduating class of Lifestein.
Okay. So as you grow, as you're, you grow, you more than likely will have to either expand, your building or move, probably, huh? Is that building
expand? The building, staff, everything has to expand. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but it's easier to start small and strong than to start too big.
Yes.
And try to be too much.
Yeah. Very smart. Very smart. So the question on the screen:
arts and music.
Do you have arts and music? I mean, it's STEAM, so we have science, technology, engineering, arts, and math.
Right.
Yes.
Now, my question with that M is, can we double up and make it money? Because we know all of us now. Listen why I'm saying it, because we all went through those schools where we learned math, but we didn't learn money. We don't know financial literacy at all.
Absolutely.
So did we even learn math for real?
Did we even learn math? No. Because
math, money and math are right there together. Absolutely. Great relevant lesson for our students. We would definitely embed that. That's a class that I taught several years, financial literacy. Man, we got to make sure our kids, we're talking about college, okay, getting them to college. The one thing we don't want to happen is see our kids go to college and end up broke. That's like stupid. And college will do that to you. Well, the first thing they do on college is try to throw a credit card at you. They got tuition. They try to get you to take out all those loans. You get the loans and you want to buy yourself a car, a new car. You're doing great, you think. And next thing you know, you get out of college, you got a job paying what?
$8.37.
Right. So we have to teach our young men not to do that. I tell you what, I got one brother on staff that he was a former business dude, okay? Working for a major he had one of the biggest contracts in his corporation. He's retired. He's coming back into education because he wants to deliver that message to kids. I seen part of his portfolio. I'm gonna tell you what, I was shocked, man. This dude, he got some money, but he does all that stuff I don't even know, that Bitcoin and all those deals.
Right.
He understands that fully. But this brother, his stock portfolio is like off the chart. So he wants to teach kids stocks. How do they really work?
Yeah, he needs to be in the school when y'all open that up, because that.
He's there. He's there.
Yeah, he has to be teaching, because that stuff you don't learn. You don't.
Yeah.
We could go back every generation, and they taught us 2 + 2 and 2 × 2, but they didn't teach you how this money market moves. They didn't teach you none of that.
Compound interest.
Yeah, you go through all these years of school, but you don't know how that money works.
Right? Yeah.
And then we wonder why.
That's math, man.
We went to school, we went to college, and I went on a scholarship and still needed money to eat and do whatever you need to do, but didn't understand money, didn't understand how you make money work for itself, so you can, you know what I'm saying, so you can receive that instead of putting in the work for somebody else's company, somebody else's business, and you bringing them money, and you don't see that. Most of us in this world are workers. That's what we are. We work for a check. And if we don't teach the kid to really find what is it, and when I'm teaching kids and talking to them, I ask them, what's your gift? What's your God-given gift? There's something that you've been given from the creator above that now you need to learn how to monetize it in this world we live in.
Yeah, yeah.
We can take a kid like that and he could be a multi-millionaire. We know Warren Buffett's and all these people, they done dropped out of college because they got what they needed and when it made money work in this world. So along with the science, technology, engineering, arts,
brother, Music.
Music, money, and math, man. 3 M's, man. so
thank you guys for having us, man. My telephone wasn't working, but can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, little bit. Can you turn your volume up just a little bit?
Yeah. Yep. So I'll speak loud. Can y'all hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
A little bit better.
All right. So brothers, this is a game changer. I played football like you. I didn't make it to the combines. I didn't make it to training camp. But football was just a conduit for me to be able to get the education that I got. I went to Morehouse College, Division II level. We didn't win a lot of games, but we prepared ourselves for what life would be. When I arrived at Morehouse College, Martin Luther King daddy was still alive. He was walking around the campus. Spike Lee walking around the campus. Samuel L. Jackson, because they are graduates. Maynard Jackson, who the airport is named after in Atlanta, was a graduate. Edwin Moses walking around campus. Oprah Winfrey, Bill Cosby, so I could see what I could become. When I moved to Pittsburgh 11 years ago, I didn't see that for black boys. They didn't see what they can become. Everybody not going to the Steelers. Everybody not going to make it to the NBA. So we got to use that as a conduit. What we want to teach these young men is that you are a student athlete, not an athlete student, because they have rules now that no matter how good you are, if you don't have a certain grade point average, if you don't have a certain aptitude, you're not going to be able to play. So what we want to do, we want to change the playing field to help these young men to see what they can become. So what we're going to do, we're going to surround these young men with positive African-American males. One young man who was working for us, he said the only time that he saw black men at his school was either a janitor or a security person. Well, we are changing that with Mr. Chavis, with Mr. Thomas. They're going to see black men who are in process. We have not made it. We don't make it until they make it. So we are in process. So Pittsburgh, your hometown, has done a good job of reinventing itself from a steel mill town now to be known for education, medicine, and technology. But our boys are being left behind. So we are very intentional about leveling the playing field with this curriculum centered around STEM, and we've added the arts because these young men need to be able to compete globally. Both of my children played Division I sports. My son played basketball at Drexel. My daughter right now is on the field at Cleveland State playing against Kent State tonight. So I understand that, but when I taught them, you are a student athlete. So what we look at, this is just a conduit to get you to where you want to be. As both of you have said, sometimes we get cut, sometimes an injury takes place, but nothing can take away what you already have in your mind. So we want to teach these young men that they are kings. At Life Male STEAM Academy, every boy is Mr. Jones, Mr. Black, Mr. Brown. So we want them to understand that they're going to act and walk like kings. We're going to help them in order to establish themselves, not only with the boy sitting next to them, but to be able to compete globally around the world. So thank you for having us. And it's lifesteam.org. I saw stream on there. It's lifesteam, STEAM.org. Every boy is welcome. It is a charter school, so it is free. And we are located out in Woodland Hills School District in Wilkins Township, but boys from all over the city of Pittsburgh are able to come. We're going to get rid of the turf. We're going to get rid of the neighborhoods, and we're going to all come together as a brotherhood.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we definitely agree with a lot of things you said. So one of the questions on the screen is, we was talking to Talented 10. How confident are you in the model considering Pittsburgh's culture of a blue-collar city?
You don't go where you are. A person who plays hockey, they go where the puck is going to go, not where it is. So what we are doing right now, that's what Wayne Gretzky said. The reason he became the greatest was that he went where the puck was going. And what we are trying to do, we are trying to change the mindset of the blue collar to help these young men to understand that they can be whatever they want to be. So we're not looking at necessarily where we are, but we're looking at where that puck is going, and that's where we're going to go.
Every Thursday, 8 p.m., when the lights go out, we got Pastor Darryl Canady, Malcolm Thomas, Jim Chavis on the show with us this evening, giving us a little bit of info about the Life Male STEAM Academy. So are we opening September the 8th. Is that your first day?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
September the 8th, the first day. So we got a little
Ready
bit
to
of
go.
time. We got a little time to register. So if you're interested, feel free to reach out, go to the website, ask questions, comment now, voice your opinion, because you can't get the answers you want if you don't ask. If people don't know that's the kind of questions you have, a lot of times your concerns may get looked over. So if you have a question, a comment, or anything like that, please
Ask away.
Ask.
Ask.
Is there a certain number that you guys are looking for 6th and 7th graders? Is there a certain a number that you're looking at? 70 students, 100 students?
Our goal is 168 for the first year, and then
Okay.
after that, at 70 boys per year. I heard you ask the question about what happened in 6th and 7th grade. Brother Malcolm explained it to you. Eventually, the school is going to turn into a K-12, full K-12 academy. We started with middle school because those boys are at a point that they can go to the right or to the left. Many of them are taller than their mothers, and so on and so forth. So we wanted to grab those boys now to save them and have 6 years with them. In our first graduating class, the school hadn't even opened yet. We already have 5 full scholarships with Cheney University, 5 full scholarships already because they believe in the vision. So we're trying to help these young men to see themselves in a different light. At this school, we're not training them to go to a trade school. I'm not knocking trade. All of these boys are going to college. We're not even going to allow military recruiters on the campus unless they're coming from West Point or Annapolis to put them in the university. So that's what we are looking at. We are going to change the trajectory of what's going on with these young men in this city.
I see there's a question about transportation there too.
Right.
I just want people to know that their school district, at being a charter school, their school district is responsible to transport the students to our school. Tuition, there is no charge to the parent, and there's no charge for transportation. So they will get the kid to our school.
So my next question would be, you just said that everybody's going to college, and one of the comments is college is not always the answer, right? But you're saying that everybody in this school, we're forcing them to go to college, is what we're saying.
I'm not saying we're forcing them, but that's what the school is. So every boy is going to college. I know what education did for me. It changed my whole life. I was a boy who thought I couldn't go to college. I was number 12 in my high school class and maybe 400 or 500 people, but I didn't have any resources and I didn't think I could go, but it changed my entire trajectory of my life. So at this school, the expectation is for your son, your nephew, your cousin to go to college. This is what the whole focus of the school is, to help these young men to be college prepared and career ready. That's what the whole focus is. If you don't want your son to go to college, then that is not the school that you would want him to be in. We're going to push that no matter where he came from. What we want to do, we know that education is the equalizer for what's going on in our society. And that's what we want to do.
Okay. One of the comments now just says we need more people focused on the trade. And the reason why I'm saying this, and I kind of keep harping on that, is because people have found out the empowerment of being able to work for yourself and pay yourself and have a trade that you can always lean back on and be able to take care of yourself. I got hundreds of friends who went to college, and I got hundreds of friends who went and got a trade. The empowering feeling of saying, I learned a trade and I can start my own, as opposed to somebody who went off to college and now you're going to continue to work for someone else. I ain't saying education ain't important, because I went to college, so I know how important education is. I'm playing devil's advocate of somebody.
Why you can't have both? Delrico? Why can't you do both? Why can't I get the education and own my own business?
I didn't say you could. I didn't know. I'm just saying I'm playing devil's advocate to the point of saying that everybody is, we all going to college, right?
I hear you. I hear you, Delrico. What I agree with you. Not everybody wants to do this, but we are going to create a program that if this is what you want to do, we're going to help you do that.
Right.
Okay. There are schools that just specialize in the trade. And if that's your destiny, if that's your purpose, that's where you go. If you know that early. But I think we cut ourselves short as a community because, like me, as a young man, I had people tell me I couldn't get to college. I'm first generation. My parents didn't go. I didn't know. But I needed someone to at least believe in me. People like Dr. Burkley who said, yes, you could. You can go. You'll be good at this or that. And we are creating that particular environment. We're not nixing anybody who wants to be in the trade. Absolutely, you can go into the trade. My son's a truck driver, man. He makes big money. He makes more money than me. Okay, got that CDL a whole bit. He could have went to college. That was his choice. So it is about choices. But we want every student in our program to believe, anyone who enrolls, that you can make it there. Right. We are going to prepare you to make it there. And there are certain things you need to do to prepare yourself. You can't just say, I want to. That's the first step. But first, some people don't believe they can. They really, in our community, brothers, when you look at college campuses, you know, it's white males, white females.
Right.
And then there's black females. Black sisters are rising, man. I've looked at college enrollment, but our brothers are just like,
yeah, the sisters don't play around in the school.
Yeah.
I have a quick question, Mr. Chavis. For the you guys going to K to 12. Now, once you get to seniors, are you pushing these students? Are you not really pushing them, but are you gauging them to go to black schools, HBCUs, or is that your main focus for as whether they're white or black? Are you advertising the HBCUs more so than you say your University of Pittsburgh, Robert Morris, and stuff like that?
PWS.
Yeah, they gonna know. They're gonna know what a black college is. Because I'll be real with you guys. When I got out of high school, I had no idea what a black college would be like.
Right.
And the opportunities and the feeling and I know this now. Marcus, your dad was the first black man I knew that went to a black fist,
Yeah. So and since you said that, it's like I went to Lock Haven University. I think out of 4,000 students, there were only 99 African Americans, and maybe 40 of us was on the football team. So, if I was able to go back and do it all over again, I think I would have went to a black school. But it was not only just athletics. I wanted to stay home. I was a mama's boy. So, that's another story. But HBCUs, I think they're starting to come around. They've always been there. Don't get me wrong. I've growing up hearing about Fisk University and WB Du Bois and all that stuff, all those great things. I think it's vital that our kids know about the HBCUs because they're
absolutely.
They see people people of their color and doing big things and getting it, as we say.
There's so much history, so much pride, man. You guys have seen those, even the marching band. Speaking of arts, man, I knew my daughter, she's a musician, man. I wish I even got her to consider going to a HBCU. Now, she was in classic music, but HBCU's got that too. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they're not advertised. I mean, that's the thing. We just had a conversation with a couple high school kids that went to Montour, a couple of young brothers, and I said, you have to visit if you ever, because we grew up with the Black College Tour. You go on a Black College Tour, it was amazing.
Oh, amazing. And we will be doing that. We will absolutely be doing that. And that's not knocking, hey, you getting the Princeton the whole bit. Hey, go for it, bro. They gonna pay for it.
Right.
And that's where you want to be.
Let me say this, right? So I went to Penn State. And
we know
the whole nine, right? On a football weekend, you might have 120,000 people up there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But I'm gonna give you two things. One is, so I was a Penn Stater because for me, the black community there was so tight. I mean, to this day, those are my close friends. I mean, every single person I was associated with is doing something in the community. Every last one.
Brandon Short up there.
My sister went to Lincoln. My younger sister came out in the 90s. I came out of school in the 80s. She came out in the 90s. She went to Lincoln. Man, I went to her graduation. I was like, it was like our graduation. We had all these different graduations. There wasn't even one graduation. There's multiple different graduations, first of all. So then when my daughter went on the Black College tour, she went to Alderdice. She goes on the Black College tour and she's like, well, Daddy, I want to go to college in the South and I want to go to a Black school. So she gets scholarships to 5 other schools. Duquesne, IUP, on and on and on and on. We went down to A&T, and when I told her she might have to sit out, she actually started crying. She cried all the way home. I was looking for a reason. So I called later, and her mom said, you know, she's still in her room crying. And I said, could you put her on the phone, please? I said, honey, you're really serious about this, aren't you? She said, Daddy, if you can't send me to A&T, it's okay. I just want to work for a year to help you pay for it. I said, well, when you put it like that, all I can say is congratulations. You're an A&T Aggie as of right now. And she went down to A&T, and it has changed her whole life. It's like she started crying when she came back home after the second year. She said, this is the best thing that ever happened to me. So at our school, when we were at the last couple of schools I was with, we had HBCU panels. We took HBCU tours. And at this school, we have a Morehouse graduate who was the founder of the school, one of the co-founders, he and his wife. So we're going to push that, but wherever they choose to go, we're trying to keep it, open. Because for me, Penn State made me it gave me the edge I have. You know what I mean? Being up there, you had to be, for me, that was the right decision. For me, yeah. But for my kids and for my sister, man, if you say anything other than Lincoln, like my nephew goes to Lincoln. So we're going to
HBCU people are very prideful in their university.
I grew up with one.
There ain't no doubt about it, which is dope. Like you go to the school you go to,
right.
and you make the relationships and build. And it's good that, our people are down there building relationships with all kind of other, melanated people from across the country. I mean, I went to Rutgers, and just like Brother Malcolm, it's a lot more than at Penn State. I'll tell you that, because of the area. we not too far from New York City, and then Newark's right up the road, and then Trenton's right there. You know what I'm saying? So we got some different cities where we get melanated people, but those stories of everyone who goes to the HBCUs and the camaraderie and the lifelong friendships and things like that. Like, you hear that so much. One of the questions now is, and I think they may have answered it, but I'm gonna read it again. It says, being that the school focus is on 6th and 7th graders, is there a program that follows the students after graduating from your school? So you said everybody is getting a scholarship. That's the plan. That's the goal.
Definitely. We want them to go free. Okay. Want them to go to college and not have any debt. But absolutely, our support and what we're developing will follow them. There's going to be a fraternity, essentially, that we will have a connection with these youth throughout their lives. Just, as many people have done for me. They followed me throughout my career. I got mentors that when I have a struggle and like, I don't know how to do that, I can reach out to some elderly seniors, matter of fact, they don't even have to be elderly, man. I meet some young brothers who teach me stuff. Wow. But yeah, we will always have this brotherhood. That is how we're designing this program.
Listen, every Wednesday, 8 p.m. when the lights go out, every Thursday. Sorry, I was about to ask the question about Wednesday, but every Thursday when the lights go out, another powerful show, part 2 of last week's conversation with Life Mail STEAM Academy, Mr. Jim Chavis, Mr. Malcolm Thomas, and Pastor Darryl Canady. First, I also want to say thank you guys again for, coming on. Everybody had their own schedules and doing a million things in their lives. Y'all got the school getting ready to open. So I do want to say thank you. Pastor Canady, a lot of people have said a lot of great things about you. I kind of play devil's advocate on my show because sometimes people don't ask the tough questions. We'll throw the softball to our people. And I know Mr. Chavis, and now I've known Malcolm and the people who've spoken so highly of Malcolm that these aren't really even really that hard of questions. They just, you know what I'm saying? We just having a dialogue, because behind the scenes, when you trying to build a school, the questions are a lot tougher. You asking yourself a lot tougher questions than even the community are asking. So, you know, some of these questions, they might seem a little hard, but they really softball questions. I just want to thank y'all. I hope everybody, if you know, our last few minutes, if you got a question, please ask. Please go to the website. Please go to the website. Please ask the question, because they're going to have access to our young people. And we want to make sure that everybody who has access, even like Woodland Hills, Gateway, Penn Hills, Westinghouse, whatever school, we want to make sure that the people who we entrust with the young people are giving them what they say they're supposed to give them, and what we know they need, because these gentlemen have been off into the world, colleges, helping people. They know what it takes to be successful. We just want to make sure we're asking the pertinent questions.
Hey, Ms. Goodman asked how mentorship will carry over until after school. And that's a very good question, because we are community connected. Parents, whatever that the child has, their families, we want to bring them all in, because we can't do this by ourselves. Let's be real about that. They spend so many hours with us, then they go home. You guys are a part of that. That kid, I want to see him at Saturday down there on the field with you guys, okay? Be in good spaces. Me as a mentor, every one of my students will have my own personal number. I can be reached at any time during the day, and I will respond. Every parent will have my number. So, hey, I'll put in the work, because I truly care about these kids' whole life, not just school, not just getting to college, man. If you can't have a life, a good life, college doesn't look real. What's the purpose? So their life is important to me. So we are committed. It ain't just me. I know it's Pastor. I know it's Malcolm. And I believe that we hired the right people, because it's all those teachers too have the same passion for the kids. Like we said to them, these kids got to be like your own. What would you do for your own kid?
Right.
How would you want that education to look? And that's why we're thinking out of the box, man. We can't do the same thing that schools have done. Otherwise, we need not exist. We have to do things differently. And so that commitment.
Wholeheartedly, please, because we're going to keep getting the same results.
Yeah.
There's too many. You know, I was talking with Calvin Murphy, and we was talking about the talented 10, and that's good to talk talented 10. But
yes,
that means there's 90% of us who getting thrown to the wayside, who not getting the support that they need.
Yeah,
to be a part of the talented 10 if they get the help and the support that they need, if they get the mental help that they need, if they get to see a Mr. Chavis and Mr. Brown. A lot of time, and that school is good. It's good to take our kids out to Monroeville, and they'll be safe, and that's fine. That's great.
That's a piece of
it. Please continue to reach those hands back and grab those ones that you know who might not be a talented 10 right now.
Yeah.
But with the proper push, they will be.
They will be. They will be.
Help, they will be.
Support,
please, because I was one of them kids. I wasn't a talented 10 at 6 and 7th grade.
I know. Hey, I knew you was. I knew you were.
Because a lot of times, like Mr. Chavis, I didn't see a man in my school. I seen little white women. Little white women who, as I'm getting bigger, who might be scared to talk to me now that I'm 200 pounds walking in a class.
Hey.
But if a Mr. Malcolm is in my school, he not scared of me. He gonna grab me up by the head and say, "What's up, young boy? Let's have a great day." Right. That small little thing, something like that, where I can go in and see somebody, because I didn't have that. Mr. Burke was there. I'm sorry, I had a couple. I had Mr. Burkley. I had I had Mr. Jones, and then I was lucky enough to have Mr. Brown.
Mr. Brown, yes.
Mr. Beasley, men like that. I was very lucky. And then a white man, Mr. White, Coach Whitehurst. I was very lucky.
Right.
Because I was raised by a single mom. And we know if you don't continue to get that beat into you, as far as what a man looks like, sounds like, talks like, acts like, all of that, then you won't know. You won't know. A lot of us could sit back and watch Malcolm, and that's how a man carries.
Yes.
Oh, Mr. Chavis do it a little differently. Mr. Chavis might wear the soft bottom shoes. Malcolm might do it. Malcolm might do it in Timberlands.
Yeah.
The pastor might come through in the pastor out, and then the other brother come through in the electrician outfit. So there's so many of us, and they got to see them all. So I just, that's my little spiel as far. Twice.
I want to say this, Delrico.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're not just going, and I don't want to be pigeonholed. We're not going after the talented 10.
Okay.
We're going after the talented 99. You follow what I'm saying? So I don't want anybody to try to stereotype the school that we're only going after elite boys. That's not what we're doing. We're going after every young man, and we're going to help to raise him to where he needs to be. So please understand that if your son has an IEP, if your son has some behavioral issues, it does not matter to us. We're going to love that young man and help him to become who he was created to be. I like that shirt you got on. You were created to be what?
Yes.
Great, Chaz Turner. You want one, Dr. Chaz Turner?
Yes, I want one.
Yeah. Now the internet been working because my computer been going out. That's fine. But I want you to understand that we are not here just for the elite boys. We're here for every boy. We're going where the puck is going, not where it is. So if you bring your son to Life Male STEAM Academy, we're going to love him. We're going to encourage him. We're going to support him. And we're going to help him to become great, as Delrico has on his shirt right now. Somebody holla.
Hey, come on, Pastor, don't pastor on me right now. Don't pastor on me right now.
Because see, bro, I was not a talented 10th. And Calvin Murphy asked the question, and I told him the other day I had an outhouse when I grew up. Y'all know nothing about that. He do, but I grew up with an outhouse. So it's not where you came from, it's where you're going. So we're gonna help these boys understand that it's not where they came. We're not looking at our rearview mirror. I'm looking in that windshield because that's where I'm going. Somebody holler back at me now.
That's right. And let me, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, let me.
You know, and for me, if you look at just the five of us, for example, we all come from different places, right? But the difference is not just college, which is important, but in life, they're going to develop a life consciousness, a community consciousness. Because see, if I look at a Delrico Fletcher or brother or Mr. Marcus, Mr. James Chavis, Mr. Darryl Canady, you represent 100 men. Not that you're better than them, but you love them. You see what I'm saying? You're willing to go fight and work with them. You're not running away from your neighborhoods. You're running back to your neighborhoods. So that's what we're trying to build, is a community consciousness that when you rise, it only counts if you're taking people with you. Because my success, that doesn't matter to other people. If I'm the only one who made it, then we failed.
Yep.
And I didn't make it. First of all,
right?
How can you make it if your whole group is that shit? So wherever our people are, that's where we are. That's where we at. But we got to get some people like on the football field, right? They got to have, create an environment where they have the support and the love. But those who want it and those who are willing to be coached and work for it, we're going to do everything you can to get you wherever you need to go and help you bring 100 people with you.
Yeah.
So I want you to, Pastor Canady, also understand this. This is, and being from down south, how big football is.
Oh, yeah.
You know what football means. And being in Pittsburgh, football a lot of times was all we had, was everything. And so I just want everybody to always remember that. So yeah, we could talk student athlete, but a lot of times these young boys have seen success stories through football. So never diminish. We can never diminish the pedestal that some of these young people are being put on because of the athletic talents.
Yeah.
I know for me, athletics helped me with football. It helped keep me on the right track. It helped me do the things that I needed to do. So understand when we got some of these kids and you played ball, so you understand the love that people will have for this game. And you understand that the love that even for myself to see a Miles Sanders playing for a Philadelphia Eagles, the happiness I feel because he wore the same jersey. I worked hard and put so many stones in place that it was passed to him, Steve Breston, to William Jefferson, to everybody else along that line. To a kid who didn't even go to our school, Gronkowski, came in our school, jumped right on board. Because that's the way we did it. So that pedestal that's set, understand, is set with a work ethic and a standard that can transfer over into a kid's life. So my company's called Infinite Mind and Body Educational Athletics, and I teach life skills through sports because the skills are transferable.
You do.
I never, because football and basketball saved my life. I got friends who are dead. I got friends who are locked up, and they played on the same courts as I did. Same
brothers
as I did. So I just want everybody to understand that we never gonna minimize any. We're gonna lift them up educational. That's for sure. But we not gonna minimize the athletic portion of it either.
Yeah. Hey, bro, you two tell me this, because you guys experienced this. You know the folks. How many brothers have you seen that had all the skills, been ready? They ready for prime time, best athletes ever, but their academics didn't allow them to get there.
Right.
Can you name a few?
We'll be here till 10:30.
That's a lot.
Okay. That's what we're talking about too.
Dudes who are nice.
Yes. Some of the best, some of the absolute best dudes did not make it there.
Unbelievable. But I'll tell you this. See, what y'all doing at the school that I do like is we're gonna have men like yourself.
Yeah.
I didn't have that. Some of my friends didn't have that, who could grab a Mr. Chavis, a Mr. Thomas, who actually get into this boy head.
Right. And
who might see the kid at the corner store. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. That really, when the learning never stops, you could change a kid's life.
Life skills. Keep your nose clean, kid, because you got opportunity, you got talent. So stay out of the lane of trouble so you can let that come to fruition.
And at one time, it's going to click like, hey, Mr. Thomas told me to chill out. Or Mr. Thomas was able to say something to me to get me to understand that this life is a marathon. And I need to continue on this path. So I need to turn in this work. I need to do it like this. So having men who look like you, very, 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 very important. I mean, very important. So listen, every Thursday when the lights go out, we got the leadership of Life Male STEAM Academy. I hope I said it right. We got Pastor Darryl Canady. We got Brother Malcolm Thomas. We got Brother Jim Chavis. It's been pretty powerful. I only get chills on my arms when we talk sports, but we talking some powerful stuff. So I'm kind of revved up right now. Like Calvin Murphy, man, he probably out in the streets right now trying to save a kid life in Belgium or something right now, man. So
shout out to Coach.
I'm trying to get Cal to pass out the pamphlets while he's out there. Because we want to save them same lives. We want them boys to come in and save them from an academic standpoint. And so, I told Cal, put these flyers with you, man. I need you to reach out because he's influential. You guys are influential. You reach a certain population of kids. And that's why we want that trust relationship, because I don't want you sending the kids. Parents shouldn't send their kids anywhere. Absolutely. I wouldn't. But if they know that you trust me and then we develop it, and that's not just a one-shot deal. You got to do that every day. They will see that we're the right guys. We're the right program for your kid.
Yeah. I get parents who like, hey, 12 o'clock Saturday. Yep, Delrico, I'm dropping off my kids. Yeah.
Yep.
And it's funny because being in the school system and all that kind of stuff, the politics and all this, you got to have all this paperwork and all this. But it's like, man, bring your kids up here, man, so they can see some men, hear some mentoring. Just like David said, man, we had 6 men grouped around these couple kids, and they hearing stuff that they never heard before, man. So
Yeah, Miss Goodman, there's no cutoff on registration. No cutoff. Register these kids.
register
No cutoff.
kids, no cutoff.
I
Man.
seen I don't know if I don't know if he's frozen or not, but I seen Pastor. I don't know if you remember, Pastor. We were at the BMX thing out in Bethel Park, and me and you had a brief conversation. I was working with a program with young boys. You remember that? He's frozen.
He might be frozen, but
Yeah, it's all good.
Michelle Berlin Rhodes, he's going to reach out to you, man. He's going to reach
That's
out
my girl,
to you.
Shell.
Yeah. We out here, man. So if you young boys need some mentoring,
we're gonna reach out to her. I'm from the north side. I'm from Spring Hill. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We listen, we out here, man. So
I live in the Hill District now. Shout out to the Hill, but I'm from Spring Hill.
hey, look, Pittsburgh ain't too big, man. You get everywhere. No. You get everywhere in 17 minutes. but
another thing is that when young men see us as men working together, because for every word they hear from you guys, they're watching 10 things that you do.
Yes.
And one of the things they haven't seen is us from all different walks creating a movement where everybody might not be in the building per se, but when they know, because I know once you talk to Cal, that helped to lubricate our relationship. So it's now okay. Now we got a connection, right? And so with those kinds of relationships, I had heard about Mr. Chavis, but prior to me meeting him. So by the time I met him, I'm like, oh, this is the guy from Woody High, right? Because there's people I trust and respect. And so when young men, a lot of our young boys don't see that. You know, the Black men as a whole, we're working together to create a movement and a fraternity of men who are all trying to help us not only get to the next level, but pull as many people, male and female,
along with you as possible. Yeah.
Hey, I want to shout out here. I know he's too humble, but I'm going to take this opportunity to congratulate my brother Malcolm Thomas for receiving a Black Excellence Award for lifetime achievement. Man, that don't come easy. He put in the work. That don't come easy. And I'm glad people recognize those folks. And I know there's many other brothers that deserve that and other awards, but I'm so glad he got it. And I'm so glad he's on our team right now. You know, he's a stud.
Hey, Malcolm, let me ask you a question, brother, because I seen the event and I seen the picture. You could have probably just accepted the award at home, huh? And said hey, I know that's hey Malcolm, that's why I like you, brother. I seen it. I said this brother don't need the award, man.
No, he don't. He knows.
You know what? I look at the award as a chance to do two things. One is to live up to it, and two is to thank the people. Is really thank some people, right? Because there's some people, and none of us would be what we are without some people who blessed us. I can speak for myself. So I get to talk to my wife. I need to thank my kids. I need to thank the counselor when I was about to drop out, who told me that there's something great in you. And
the kids you work with, man.
4.0 to a 4.0. I get to shout him out. So that's what it means to me, man, is all these people who poured into me, and God willing, I can pour into others.
Yeah.
Listen, a lot of people saying congratulations, brother. So from When the Lights Go Out, Marcus and myself, man, congratulations. Keep up the good work. Life Male STEAM Academy, brother, they lucky to have you. I can't wait to really meet you in person and shake your hand. Because with me, I'm big on the the positive energy and the power of another brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna flower you up, man, and give you a pre-COVID hug, man. Thank you for what you did for my little cousin, man. Thank you, man, for what you did for him, bro.
Yeah,
we look up to you. We appreciate it, seriously. And what you're doing, man, what you guys are doing.
Powerful.
We can do this. We can do this.
Yeah, listen, and as you continue to build your school, we're gonna continue to make our facility over there better. And I had a meeting with shout out to Summer Lee, the 34th state representative on our side. She's very powerful. She enlightened us to a lot of things. She's in our corner. So myself, Calvin Murphy, and Kelvin Brooks, we went down there and had a meeting on Tuesday, and it was eye-opening. It was enlightening. But on our side, we need a lot of help, man. A lot of help, and we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it regardless. It's either you in it with us or you got to get out the way now, because
get down and lay down.
Yeah, we got the permission to go ahead and get this ball rolling. So if and to be honest, not to be Smart, if you are older and you don't have the energy to do the job, to get the ball rolling, and you just got the position just to have it, gracefully just bow out the race. Just go on, move over, give us some of the wisdom that we need, and let some young people move this thing forward, man. Like, because it's too important. I came back to a neighborhood that looked like a bomb hit it, but people still live there.
Yeah. Well, people got complacent, man.
Yeah.
That's the thing, complacent.
Yeah, yeah.
And trauma will do that to you.
Yeah.
Trauma will do that to you. When we thinking we're okay, and you can look at the TV, the kids, the older people, listen to the radio. Everything comes with trauma. Now everybody, COVID, everything you're scared of, everything. You're getting hit by so much crazy stuff. So if you got that trauma on you, man, just pass the torch. Let some young person relight it, some smart young person with a lot of energy, and let's get the ball rolling. So from us, I know I'm at in. If you need me again, if you need Marcus, we here in any way to perform. To do whatever, man, because we, like Malcolm said, you can't do it by yourself. You can't do it. It's possible. All the stuff that we did at Rankin Field, I would have to sleep there for the next 6 months by myself to do everything we did, and we did it in 4 days. So all of that being said, man, it's power in numbers, man. Go watch the movie Ants and watch what ants do. Ants will move a mountain.
Yes, they will.
All their cousins and come move a whole mountain, man.
I need to go watch Ants, man. This is the third time somebody told me to go watch Ants. I need to go
for real.
Ants.
Go watch the movie, and watch how powerful they all together.
That's a social and a science lesson all built in one.
Is it?
All in one.
You know, all in one.
Man, it's like one ant can't move anything, but he will call 60,000 cousins, and now your whole back porch is gone.
Everybody does their part. Everybody does their, do their part to get the job done.
Everybody does.
Definitely.
Faith defeats fear.
When the lights go out, episode 18. We was lucky enough to have the Life Male Steam Academy
twice
leadership in here, part two. We brought y'all brothers back. Y'all were the first ones to come back for a second part. So we appreciate y'all. We thank y'all. And again, every Thursday, check us out. Go check out the fellas' website. Go get all the info you need. Ask the questions; they will answer it. Hopefully, we made a platform where people could express what they got on their heart, ask the questions need to, and then hopefully you got the 160 something kids you need in your building.
Tell Pastor we sorry, he had problems with the connection, man. We'll definitely
tell him we said thank you, and we hope his vision turns out to be something that we all could look back on these shows and be like, yo, it was even bigger than what we thought.
Right.
Yeah. We want to, thank you guys again, but we want that community to pray for us, man, to give us, uplift us, because I know we want this. Our community needs this. And if everybody is just putting that positive energy forward, that'll help us attain it, So there's going to be people who just don't believe, but they just got to wait and see.
Well,
but
what you guys
pray for us.
On the front line, you guys on the front line, they should be straight, man. So
we're going for it, man. We might be underdogs right now, but I love being an underdog.
Let's go.
Listen, he ain't gotta be no underdog, Mr. Chavis. I say this when I do my thing on Saturday: if one kid come, I'm winning.
Yes. That's how I see it.
And more each week been coming. So with that being said, Saturday, 12 p.m., Rankin Field, skills and drills. It's going to be nice. We know that football season is going on, but if you got some young athletes who want to get some extra work in, either on the field or on the basketball court from 7 to 18, bring them out, man. 12 o'clock, Rankin Field. We'll have hopefully Mr. Marvin Wright out there again with Calvin Brooks doing the skills and drills. But just reach out, man. If you got a young fella, you need a mentor, man. Reach out. Let's talk. Let's do it the right way. Let's help each other. But yeah, Saturday, 12 o'clock. Bring your young people, and let's keep moving, man. Let's keep doing the thing. Salute you, gentlemen. And until next week,
Thank you.
man.
Thank you.
Peace.
The lights go out, are you ready? Grab the wheel, keep it steady. When the lights go out, are you ready?
Every Thursday, 8 o'clock.
The wheel gets heavy. When the lights go out, are you ready? Are you ready? Grab the wheel, keep it steady, keep it steady. When the lights go out, are you ready? Grab the wheel, keep it steady.